Welcome to the first edition of ETV Magazine for the year. I'm Lexi Cuban.
And I'm Makai Winch. First up, we have news. Recently, the first ever Goddard District Alumni and Staff Awards were held, and one of our very own was one of the inductees.
I had the pleasure of attending this event and filed this report.
This all started about a year ago when our Assistant Superintendent Jeff Hirsch came to us with the idea of wanting to start a Hall of Fame through the foundation. We formed a committee that was made up of individuals from all the different decades, Goddard alumni, staff members, folks from within the community, to really develop a process that would be a world-class experience for those involved.
There were a total of 9 alumni and staff members recognized.
Every honoree has such a special story. That story is what inspires other students that are current students, that are other alumni that are out there making a difference in the world.
One of the honorees was our own Marilyn Zogelman, a secretary here at Eisenhower.
It is very exciting to win this award. It's very humbling. I know almost all of the nominees, and they are amazing people, and to be considered in that group is overwhelming.
Everybody knows Marilyn Zogelman. She is not just the secretary at Eisenhower High School. She is a mom, she is a counselor, she is the acting administrator of that building at times. And she's just so kind and bright. She treats you as the most kind individual, with all of the respect and dignity that a person could ask for, and she knows everything about everybody. She's so connected to everybody and everything. That's what makes her a remarkable individual, and we couldn't be any more proud to recognize Marilyn Zogelman with this award.
I am grateful for the outstanding schools in Goddard. From top to bottom, the commitment to excellence is inspiring.
So part of our responsibility now is not only to embrace the great things that have happened in the district in the past, but give you and other students the opportunity to see role models for the future.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Lexi Cuban. Next up, Makai, this year in Tiger Nation we've been putting a lot of focus on gratitude through morning announcements, days of service, and student participation in the classroom.
Students and staff have certainly seen the impact of this effort.
Our district sent an administrative team of Eisenhower to a conference, and there was one in particular that Mr. Armstrong and I went to, and it was very, very motivating, and it was specifically about a high school that had implemented some similar strategies, and it was just something that we knew we wanted to try here.
I think probably more than anything it's given students an opportunity to learn a little something else about their classmates. So I think it's just allowing students to get to know the person they're sitting next to.
I think it gives them a more positive outlook on what's around them, what everyone else is grateful for.
I know I've seen a change around the school.
Yeah, so have I. Now let's talk about another change we've had this year, our school network change.
Oh yeah, I heard that it's named Albert.
Albert? Who's Albert?
As a new year starts off, there are many changes. One of those changes is the new system, Albert.
The idea behind switching to the new technology infrastructure was a district-wide decision to really help rebuild our network district-wide that was aging, and to also be able to provide support.
I think there are going to be problems just because it is a new system and not everyone is accustomed to it.
I think it provides more access, more secured access for our students to be able to use a variety of sites and a variety of equipment that we didn't have before.
It's new, so it's kind of, there's always a learning curve with something that's new, and it's really, personally, I am not a big fan yet. Maybe I'll catch on, but I kind of like to work closer with the people in the building than somebody in Kansas City.
Maybe the idea of not being able to change your password can be a little bit of a problem to some people, but overall I think it's okay.
I am not for sure on the numbers, but what I do know, what the district spends on technology each year, from licensing, the infrastructure, it is very expensive to be able to educate using technology.
Whatever they saw fit, I think, is what's best for the school.
And I know the district is very adamant of making sure the solutions that are implemented district-wide work and work effectively, and I see no reason at this point that would change in the near future.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Adam Bischoff.
Ah, so that's what Albert is.
Well, up next is entertainment. Our first story puts the spotlight on Hagen Simmons.
Producer Ethan Wild invited the actor to the ETV Magazine studio to find out what he does for the theater department.
Hagen is a senior here at Eisenhower. He plays a major part in theater. Hagen has been in the program since his freshman year.
Well, when it comes together for making set, first you of course have to go through the whole set design, get people's idea, kind of get a solid idea that this is what everyone wants to do, this is what we think all looks best. And then pretty much from there it's just then we have the idea, then we got to go into the details, how big everything's got to be and how much what we got to get, what it's going to cost, and then we just kind of just then it's up there now to the man hours and just putting it all together. Set, well, of course it varies, but it can range from anywhere from a couple hundred to almost close to 500. Like, it's, I don't know the exact numbers. That's usually Mrs. Boxa that handles that. I kind of just build it.
Mrs. Boxa believes that what sets Hagen apart is his commitment to a role, and even though he's graduating, he will be leaving a positive influence in the class.
Well, with improv, there really isn't a part. That's kind of the whole point of it. We kind of just go with the flow, just pretty much just, all it really is, improv is just friends on stage hanging out and just, I guess, people laughing at it, so.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Ethan Wild.
This year's musical is a little different with an unusual title.
Yeah, I heard about that. Most people don't know how much hard work and effort they put into these productions.
Reporter Garrett Brewer went backstage to see how the rehearsals are progressing.
This year's musical, You're in Town, has a large cast of students who are excited to be part of the production. Senior Evan Bergeron and junior Holly Levitt to take on lead roles.
You're in Town is about this company, and they own all the public restrooms in the city, and basically you have to pay to pee. So it's about like corrupt government. My character, the lead, leads a revolution against the government.
You have to trust the people around you, and you have to think about yourself as a team and know that everyone in the room has got your back.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that you don't want to miss out on because you meet a lot of new great people that you'll know for the rest of your life and have a lot of memories.
Being prepared and knowing all of my stuff before everyone else, setting a good example for everyone. I think people can expect it to be a really good show. We have a really incredible cast this year. It's provided me really just a safe place to just be myself. A lot of great people who just love each other and love the craft.
It's improved my life because I found a lot of really great people to be around all the time, and everyone's super funny and accepting in every single way, so it's just really brought me out of my shell and made me a better person.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Garrett Brewer.
Our last entertainment story for the show takes a look at the biggest collaboration of talented performers in Tiger Nation.
Check out what Assistant Executive Producer Haley Ferguson learned about the group.
We have our overall leadership council, and then we have drum majors, we have field commanders, and then we have section leaders.
At Eisenhower High School, the Tiger Marching Band has around 100 students who are all very important to the marching band itself. A select few students have even earned titles within the band.
I'm the color guard section leader. I would watch them from the field when I was in middle school, and I'd be like, I want to be in that. I want to be a part of that.
I'm the drum major, so I do all of the conducting and leading. So I'm up on the podium, that kind of thing.
Well, first and foremost, during games and performances, I help lead the band, conduct them in their music, but we also lead the band in other areas, help them make sure they know what's going on, help diffuse conflict, and be a positive influence to the entire band.
I help keep the color guard a tight-knit group to where we respect each other and don't hate each other.
You have to put in a lot more hours. You have to be really, really focused in order to learn everything. There's a lot of sets, drills and stuff you have to learn. You have to know how to walk and play your instrument at the same time.
I'd probably say with marching band there's a lot more time involved, extra rehearsals, and a lot more travel.
As a drum major, I tend to arrive at least half an hour early just to make sure everything's prepared.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Haley Ferguson.
Next up is our last segment, sports.
Tennis has already come and gone with a fun season for the girls.
Although the team didn't make it to state, they had some skilled players, one of which was junior Kelly Throng.
Cross country has had a good run this year as well, with junior Austin Fullerton placing second and sophomore Kennedy Nicholson placing first in the Salina Invitational.
Moving on to girls golf, with the team taking third place in league, head coach Cliff Hartzog said two golfers who stood out the most this season were senior Carson Klein and junior Emma Fleischman.
Coach Hartzog also said all the rain really affected the end of the season.
Let's move on to volleyball, where the Lady Tigers are pushing through their final part of the season with their new coach.
The Eisenhower girls volleyball team has a new head coach this season.
Well, I was actually a head coach at Goddard last year, and it was just a natural transition. The job came open, and since I teach here, it's just easier since I know all the girls.
She works individually with us, and she helps one another just work on separate things.
She's definitely harder on us, but that's just because she sees more potential in us, and she can see that we can do great things. But we all love her.
Even with a poor record, the team still has high hopes.
Working more as a team and playing together, and we've beat teams that are #1 in our league.
Expect it to go a little bit better. I think our team is a lot better than our record is showing right now.
The backbone for the Tigers this season has been Trinity Park.
I just love getting people together and having energy and pushing people to do their best.
I think it's easier to play because you have a lot more control over what's happening in the game. It's a lot harder to stand there and try to get people to do what you're saying.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Cody O'Brien.
Thanks, Cody.
Next, let's go down to the soccer field to see how the Tigers are finishing up the season.
The Eisenhower boys soccer team led by coach Roger Downing came into this year with high expectations after coming off a 16-2 season last year.
I'm going to miss him a lot. He's became like a brother to me. He's helped me on and off the field.
I've definitely improved a lot from last year, and that's a lot of help from Roger.
But for the players, winning isn't everything. It's about building relationships with coaches and teammates, even if it's their last year.
It's about the relationships I've made with my friends on the team, and we've all became brothers.
Just like last year, the Tigers are going to lose many seniors such as Ian Young, Tanner Radford, and Tyler Brewer.
Tanner and Seth are both really positive influences on everybody on the team. Ian always works hard during practice, and then Fernando, he's my brother, so he's always pushing me to better myself on the field.
I'm just really going to miss the guys. I'm just going to miss having fun out there with them.
For ETV Magazine, I'm Jared Obolechner.
Thanks, Jared.
Up next, it's Tiger football.
Reporter Owen Vanetta filed this report about how the varsity team is doing.
The Eisenhower football team is built on leadership. The Tigers know that it's not just a one-man show and lead one another throughout the field.
I think the juniors and seniors mesh really well together. We have leaders like freshmen through seniors that we all lead together.
Offense, they have offensive leaders, defense have defensive leaders, and we have team leaders also. Everybody just plays a major key role.
Last year the Tigers lost some key seniors, but the younger players have stepped up to their new roles.
After losing some linebackers last year, Cody Hawks stepped up big time for us.
We got some players playing varsity that haven't really ever played varsity sports before.
Like Mason Turney, he stepped up a lot at running back, and then Cody Hauser, he's done really good at wide receiver.
No team is complete without a good coaching staff, and the Tigers have just that.
I look up to Coach Marinelli. He's always been there for me, and he's always positive and keeps us going.
I look up to Coach Thurston because he's always fired up and ready to go.
Advancing to sectionals last year, the Tigers hope this year will have a different turnout.
We'd love to get a home playoff game. I don't know if we will be able to get that or not, but we just want to be playing well. We want to give us a chance to make a good run, win a couple games in the playoffs.
We always make a big, huge run in the playoffs, so hopefully we can do that again this year, make it even farther than we did last year. The seniors have been through a lot together. We played together forever now, and we've been waiting for this year for a long time.
For ETV Magazine, I am Owen Vanetta.
And finally, just a quick reminder about the Tigers Helping Tigers Pantry, where food items, clothing, and toiletries can be donated to the main office.
If students need any of these supplies, simply fill out a blue form located next to the counseling office door.
If you have any questions, contact Principal Dr. Meyer, Abby Shear, or a counselor.
That's it for ETV Magazine #1. I'm Makai Winch.
And I'm Lexi Cuban. From all of us at ETV Magazine and I Like Productions, we'll see you next time.